Hey guys, I got a couple scripts to show you here. This is some new stuff coming to Jackboot and future missions of mine, and I decided to make them a little more user-friendly so that you guys can use them in your own missions as well. So what I've got here is a artillery command script and an integrated air defense script. So we'll check out the integrated air defense script first. What this is it controls the SAM sites in an AO as if they were part of a real integrated air defense. What does that mean? That basically means that EWRs work as their search radars, and the SAM sites themselves are in a dark, unactivated state when they load in first. So you see here I've got several SAM sites scattered around the AO, as well as some EWR sites acting as those search radars. So let's check this out in action. Alright, so you see the SA-6 here. He's going to be told to go into a red state to set up the radar. And then as soon as he's activated, which is about 10 seconds, it's going to go into a dark state, so the radar's going to be turned off. You can also see with the SA-2, the search radar is also turned off. However, the EWR is still active. So we'll put in a MI8. And we're going to tell them to fly towards the clusters of SAMs here. So he's inside the WES of the SA-2. That radar is now on, but the SA-6 is still off. Speed up the time a bit here. You can see in the output on the right that it is detected by EWR Bravo and EWR Alpha, and the only SAM site activated right now is that SA-2. He's about to enter the WES of the SA-6, and now the 6 is turned on and is tracking that target. The SA-2 has launched a missile. And the MI8 is now gone. So let's see what this looks like from the cockpit of an AH-64D with the radar warning receiver activated. Okay, so that SA-6 is still activated. That's the only reason it popped up there. But you can see we've got some search radars off in the distance on our TSD. There's an SA-15 ahead of us, but we're not inside the WES of it yet. So now that there's no targets to be engaged, you can see the SAM sites have all shut down automatically. Speed up time a bit here. EWR Bravo has picked me up, but I'm not inside the WES of any SAM sites, so they're all deactivated right now. And here I go. I've just crossed the WES of that SA-15. We're going to wait for that detection cycle. And the SA-15 just got activated.
12 o'clock, searching.
So I've just got 3 mud spikes on my TSD from an SA-15.
10:15. 12 o'clock. Tracking.
And within 10 seconds, I've got a missile launched on me. Try to evade it. And I'm dead. And that's how deadly the IADS script is to even helicopters. DCS. Alright. Let's take a look at the ARDI script. So the ARDI command script is intended to be used mainly with enemy artillery. However, it can be used with friendly artillery as well if you want to automate it. What this essentially does is it controls a spotter for artillery units attached to that spotter. You can have up to 3 different spotters in the map, which means 3 different types of artillery. There is a restriction. Each spotter can only control 1 type of artillery. So we've got spotter 1 here is an infantryman sitting on the hill, and he's in control or in command of a group of mortars. Spotter 2 is an FDDM patrol cruising along this hill here, and he is responsible for 2 batteries, both of them BM-21 grads. The last spotter here is his technical on the hill, and he's responsible for additional technicals that have these rocket pods strapped to their backs. So let's check out target number 1. So we're going to spawn in some Blue Force infantry. They're going to run to a point. The infantry spotter has a limited range. It's not very far, so he hasn't seen them yet until now. As you can see in the top right corner, he's just detected that entire squad of troops. Since they're moving, he's not going to engage him yet until just now, since they've stopped. He's just sent a command to the mortar team. They're going to aim, open fire on the target, and then they're going to wait for airtime. What does that airtime is a preset amount of time that you can program for how long it takes a last shot to land on the target. The intent of this is so that the rounds do not, or the artillery doesn't re-engage the target before the last shot hits. Alright, so there's still some infantry remaining. Spotter's going to give him the target again. They're going to engage. You can hear them firing off in the distance there. And here comes the shells. Alright, that's it. The infantry platoon is now dead. So now that there's nobody left there for the spotter to see, they're ready for the next assignment. Alright, let's check out the next group. So here we've got a patrol on the road. And the FDDM is still moving. Alright, so the FDDM has just spotted that patrol, so he's going to stop and continue to observe that patrol. Alright, so now that the patrol is stopped, he's going to call in to the closest artillery unit, which is this group of BM-21 grads. They're going to line up for that target, and they're going to take a minute to aim, so I believe 160 seconds. Speed up time here. And now they're going to open fire with their silent rockets. Last shot out. Now, I'm just going to take a break here. You see in the top right corner of the screen, the the grad is now Winchester. They've got no more rockets on board. So they're going to call out to this group of rearming trucks, and they're going to head on over to rearm that battery. So we'll resume again. Here comes the shells. Alright, so 2 of the 4 targets are destroyed. You can see that FDDM is still sitting up here on the hill. So he's got the next assignment. Says, okay, let's re-engage. And now he's going to call to the second group of artillery. Unfortunately, they are out of range as I've programmed it, which is a little shorter than the actual DCS was. So they're going to reposition themselves to get a little bit closer to that target. Alright, just going to unlock their weapons, raise them up for engagement. And then now they're going to unleash their volley of missiles on the target. Rockets. So we'll watch this from the FDDM's perspective. Just absolute carnage right on that target area. And that's it. All the targets are destroyed. And the FDDM is going to resume its patrol. Alright, let's check out target number 3. So, we've got another patrol. We've got a technical spotter sitting on the hill. And he's in command of these technicals with the rockets. So this technical, along with most vehicles, has an initial detection range of about 5 kilometers, and that is about the outside of this ring. So we'll speed it up a bit, let that patrol drive into the ring. He's detected the patrol. And the patrol has come to a stop. Now he's going to report the attack to the nearest battery, which is this group of technicals here. Since they're out of range, they're going to relocate. And now they're going to launch their missiles on that target. Now these technicals are not very good, so keep your expectations low if you're going to use them. If you do want to use more accurate rocket artillery, I suggest using the technicals that Drummer made. Alright, so their fire mission is complete. They're going to wait about a minute, just as it was pre-programmed. And now they're ready for another run. So they're going to re-engage as requested by the spotter. You can see them off in the distance. And they're all out of ammo, so they're going to request rearming from their rearming group. So I believe it'll be this next group that's going to be called upon. Now they're going to need to reposition as well. And they're going to fire blindly over top of this hill. So they didn't really hit anything that round. You can see the other group of technicals is rearming. Now they've just received a target assignment. There might be an issue with the rocket artillery in the way that Moose is reading them, and I think it has a hard time with the type of ammo or the way that their ammo works. So every now and then it'll send a command to them, and they'll say that they're going to engage the target, but won't actually engage it. So we'll just run through here until they run through that automatic cycle. They're ready for another engagement, and they're going to engage that target. Interesting, those two other trucks didn't fire. Let's see if it has something to do with these trucks being in the way. There they go. So they're just going to keep re-engaging these targets as many times as they can. We'll just do this infinitely until either the target moves or the target's destroyed. And if the target moves to a position that they can't engage it, then they're going to move to a position so that they can engage it. Now all this text output, you probably saw it on the IADS script as well. This text output, you can turn it off in the settings of the script so that you're not seeing it. This is really just some debug settings so that you can see what's going on in the example. See, they've turned their truck to try to engage that target. I don't think these guys are actually going to destroy that target. So one last thing about these rearming guys, they're going to go back to where they were the last time that they rearmed, which happens to be up here once they're finished rearming. So you'll see him kind of go back and forth throughout the demonstration here. And yeah, like I said, I don't think they're ever going to hit those targets. They have some accuracy issues, so they aren't able to disperse over 50 meters like the other artilleries are able to do. So they need to have a perfect line on their target, and there's just something odd about the accuracy. They always shoot a little bit off to the side. But that pretty much summarizes this demonstration of the artillery script. I hope you guys find some use in these scripts, and look forward to seeing any missions you guys come up with using these in there. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.